Hi there, my name is Jalen Manzanares, and I wanted to take a few minutes just to introduce myself to you all since we won't be able to meet in person this year, and to give you a little bit of insight into the course that I will have your student for this fall. Just to give you some background on myself, I am a business and marketing teacher here at Rocky, and I am entering my 5th year as a teacher. All 5 years I've been fortunate to spend at Rocky, and then all of my work before, like baby teaching and going to school, was done at Rocky as well. So I've been a part of the community for a little bit longer than that 5-year window. In my time here, I've had a lot of different roles. I've been a coach and an advisor for a couple of different groups. Currently, I'm the head FBLA advisor, so that's our Future Business Leaders of America group, and also an assistant to DECA, which is another marketing group that we have here at Rocky. And then I'm also the advisor for our school-initiated Gender Sexuality Alliance. So just really welcoming to the LGBTQ plus community and all allies, and then doing some programming around that. I did graduate from Colorado State University with my bachelor's in history. My whole thought process was I'm going to be a history teacher, but I realized that in doing my first year of teaching in business, I had fallen in love with the content. I was actually a student in the business program. I did a business minor at CSU, and I had done business classes in high school myself, so I found a real practical use of the knowledge that I was giving to students, and I've fallen in love with it and been here ever since. Just a little bit of background. I have a 2-year-old at home. She's awesome. She just turned 2 at the end of May. We're a big activity type family, so we like to be out and about doing things and spending time with both of our families. She's a water bug for sure, so we spent a lot of time this summer out on the water and the lakes and at the swimming pools. I've also recently started working on my master's degree, so I will be working through that program this school year as well. So we've got a lot on our plate, and we're definitely trying to juggle all of that amidst the new reality that we're living in. Just to give you a little bit more information, I currently teach career and financial planning. I've taught event marketing. I will now be teaching international marketing 4th quarter of this school year. And then I also this quarter have 2 sections of business economics. Before I taught Lobo 101, which was really awesome. I really enjoyed teaching that class. And I've also taught the business leadership class that we have here at Rocky, which is our business capstone. So I've taught just the freshies who are getting into the building, and I've also worked with our seniors who are trying to prep for life outside of high school. Your student has me for career and financial planning, and I just wanted to give you a look at the syllabus that I posted on Google Classroom for them all, and point out a few pieces of information that I think are important for you as parents to be aware of. So my best way to contact me is via email. I've got mostly housed in my classroom, and my classroom doesn't have a direct line on the phone. So when I'm not back and forth to my office very often, I get pretty bad about checking my messages. So really the best way to reach out to me is via email, and if we need to set up a video meeting, we can always do that. I do have a class remind. This I don't use very often, but if I need to communicate any important information to students, I try to use this remind as well as Google Classroom to communicate that. The students have a Google Classroom code here. I can invite you to join as a parent if that's something you feel like you need, or they can do that as well for you. But most of the things that we'll be doing are going to be posted in Google Classroom. And then I'm tired of looking at the computer, so I will go back to using some hard copies of assignments. But if students are gone, the best way to get caught up is to access Google Classroom and look and see what they've missed. Something else I wanted to point out, just topics that we're going to cover in the course. This is one of my favorite courses to teach because it's really getting us ready for life after high school, right? And nobody necessarily knows what that looks like, but I think it's important to start thinking about what that could look like in the future. So we're going to do career and college exploration, college being anything from certification to 4-year plus of formal secondary education or post-secondary education. We'll take a look at going through the hiring process, so anything from job searches to mock interviews to building out resumes and whatnot. We'll go into the financial aspect, of course, looking at banking, where we focus on checking and savings. We'll explore investment options. We'll also include taxes and budgeting, credit management, and then insurance as well. So a lot of material to cover. There's not nearly enough time to go into it all, but I'll do my best to get at least a base knowledge out there for all of the students moving forward. Obviously, some of you guys are talking about these concepts at home already, so when I see that that's happening and a student might be at a higher level, I'll try to challenge them to the best of my ability, while also making sure the needs of all of our learners are being met, obviously, since we're all at different places with this material. I do recognize this material can be kind of overwhelming for students. So I'll try to break it down and chunk it, and then also offer opportunities to practice some of these concepts, whether it's creating a budget for themselves or having the mock interviews so they can see what it's like to do something really well within this realm, and then also maybe to not do something so well and then learn from it and adjust for the future. So that can be found on Google Classroom if you're interested in looking more at that. Otherwise, I really don't have too much more for you all. We all know that this is an interesting continuation of last year, so nobody really knows what to expect, right? I think communication, I've always communicated with students that I want them to advocate for themselves and communicate sooner rather than later if they need support or if they're not understanding something. My grading is a balance of content, trying to make sure they understand concepts that we're covering, as well as are they showing character growth throughout the course, right? I want them walking away not just as career and financial experts, but also as good humans. So I'll give opportunities for students to earn some points through that. If they have tech issues, please encourage them to fix them sooner rather than later, because we're all relying so heavily on technology right now. Be patient, because changes are going to be likely, and as we've seen before, they tend to be frequent within the district, so just be prepared for anything that may happen in the future. And then ultimately, I just want to make sure that all the students are feeling safe in the environment. We're going to control what we can control, and make sure that we're taking the necessary steps to keep everybody safe and in school. I think that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at the email on the syllabus. That's jmanzanares@pscschools.org. And I can show you that one more time. If you would like, you can pause the video here and take a quick picture or write in that email address. I hope you all are off to a great fall. I look forward to working with your students this quarter. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks, guys.